City Council meeting for July 11th, the regular meeting. There was a special meeting earlier today. Time is 7:03. Please call the roll.
Councilmember Veros,
Here.
Councilmember Rubio,
Here.
Councilmember Perkins,
Here.
Vice Mayor Armstrong.
Here.
Mayor Hudson.
Here. Councilmember Perkins, would you join or lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay, at this time, are there any announcements
There are no announcements,
or any additions or changes to the agenda?
no changes.
Okay. There are no requested changes, so let's move on to 3.2. 3.2. Under public comment regarding agenda item, which you, if you wish to speak to any item on the agenda, please fill out a card in the back of the room and give it to our city clerk. If you're participating remotely, click the raise your hand button on your computer or *9 on your telephone. We're on to consent calendar items.
Nope.
We're not.
3.3.
Moving along too fast here.
Yep, 3.3.
Yeah.
Page, top of page 2. Top of page.
Okay. Boards, committee, and commission meetings. Complete list of upcoming meetings may be found on the city's website at www.sanramon.ca.gov. Subscription service is available at the link for automatic meeting notification. Contact the city clerk with questions at 925-973-2539. Okay, now we are on to public comment. Now is the time for anyone to speak to any items not on the agenda or pull an item from the consent calendar item, but the reason why you wish to pull the item. Please note the decision to remove the item from the consent calendar is at the discretion of the city council. Also under item 6, under tonight's agenda presentation, if you wish to speak to that, please fill out a card back and give it to our city clerk. Okay, on to next item is public comment. Which we just did. Yep. Is there any cards for public comment?
Yes, we've received one speaker card from Rick Jarrett.
Okay, Rick, please come to the podium. You have up to 3 minutes.
Great, thank you. Actually, I spoke here maybe 2 or 3 years ago on one of the subjects I want to bring up tonight, but both items are things that I think should be done around here in San Ramon to improve things, improve life for all of us. One happens to be the gasoline powered leaf blowers. I brought that up, I say about 3 years ago, and I think the response was that the state of California was addressing that subject. So the city of San Ramon was going to pass on it for now. So I don't know if there's been an update on what the state is doing or not doing, but I know it's still noisy. The air pollution, not just from the fumes and so forth, but just raising the dust. And almost every neighbor, in my neighborhood at least, has an outside yard company take care of their facilities. So virtually every house has a blower going sometime during the day. And then, of course, the health of the operators, you know, their hearing loss is a problem for them and ultimately a cost to our society. So I think I also mentioned at that time that Palo Alto and Piedmont already had ordinances. I imagine there's more cities now that do have ordinances. So my feeling is it should be addressed in some fashion. The second item I wanted to bring up was one of the first things you see when you come to San Ramon is the freeway exits and entrances out here. And the freeway entrance on Bollinger on 680 there is in bad need of some weed abatement. I don't know if you've noticed, but it's pretty bad. And I know it's not a city maintainable entity, but it would seem to me that the city should either write a letter or make some phone calls to Caltrans or whoever does take care of that, to have that addressed. And of course, the littering is pretty bad out there as well. So those are two items I just wanted to mention.
Thank you. Any other speakers?
There are no other speakers.
And no star nines or raised hands?
No.
Okay, we'll close the public comment. On these issues, I would just say that if there's anything we know further about the leaf blowers in particular, that's it on Stephen, especially that Caltrans thing is going to way to get it weeded. So I know what he's talking about. It's looking a little weak. Okay,
About 15 years ago, we actually did some cleanup at one of the entrances, and Caltrans says, it's yours. So you have to be very careful. It looks like my whole troop is here tonight. 1, 2, 3, 4,
they heard
5,
you were
6, 7,
brought
8, 9, 10,
pictures.
11, 12. Got 15. Nobody's at the troop meeting. They're all here.
Next item is 5, consent calendar items consider routine and action and acted upon by the city council with a single action.
I move the consent calendar.
I'll second.
Motion for Rose, second, Rubisol.
Rubisol, is that what you're calling your name?
I know, it's getting bad. You gotta have more meetings.
It's kind of a hybrid.
Yeah.
Flipped over.
Marisol, I'm sorry.
Brad Jelena kind of thing, right?
Congratulations. Okay. Okay, how we doing? Looks like a 5-0 yeses. It's a calendar is approved. Right, and that was the minutes also. So the next item, special presentation. This is recognition of our newly promoted police captain Becky Chestnut. Okay, Denton Carlson will be doing the introduction. Becky can work on a speech. You got 30 minutes.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. I'm going to try and keep this short. I know Debbie and Maria might have bets on how long I can talk up here. I have a tendency to go on for a little bit, but I'll do my best on this. Thank you for allowing me to be here tonight for recognition of our newly promoted captain, Becky Chestnut. It's a great moment for us as an organization. As you know, we've been going without a permanent captain for almost a year now. And, you know, having that stabilizing factor of Becky moving into that role is something that's going to be great for our organization. And Becky brings so much to what we will have within the organization and within our executive team. 22 years of experience in law enforcement with both the Contra Costa County Sheriff's Office and San Ramon Police Department. Over the years, Becky served as a patrol officer, sexual assault detective, a homicide detective, a crime prevention and community resource officer, patrol supervisor, professional standards and training lieutenant, patrol division watch commander, investigations division lieutenant, community resource, crime prevention division lieutenant, a whole bunch of different roles. And it's that type of experience that really is going to be instrumental in guiding our agency forward. So I know a couple of the things besides just those roles. Becky was instrumental in developing and creating the San Ramon Police Department Peer Support Program. And as you know, one of the things that's critical to me is officer wellness, and knowing Becky's commitment to that as well, and really her commitment to building our culture, forming what we are as an organization as we move forward, and continuing down that path of professionalism, I think is fantastic. Becky also served on the board of the San Ramon Police Officers Association. She was our representative with the San Ramon Valley Mental Health Coalition, and she's been our department direct liaison with the San Ramon Valley Fire Protection District in our behavioral response program that we've been working on and creating over the last couple of years. So that type of focus has really been great in the leadership area. And as you know, moving into my role, one of the critical things that I wanted to do, because we've had such a great transition over the last year within our organization, is really set that foundation of stabilizing people in leadership roles. And Becky's done a phenomenal job with that in her recent time as a lieutenant, as well as an acting captain over the 11 months that I've been around in the chief's role, which has been fantastic. It's been a huge help for me. So Becky also has a degree in criminal justice, and she's currently, even on top of everything that she's doing right now, she's in the midst of her master's degree in leadership communications from Purdue University. So all of those things on top of it, she is, even though she doesn't live in San Ramon anymore, Becky grew up in San Ramon, but now her family with her husband, Lucky, and her children, Allie and Rocky, live in Benicia. I know one of the things that they're most fond of doing is RV traveling all around the country and seeing where they can land for their weekend and creating all their memories. But one of the things that I think is really special about this promotion is that, as you know, we're a young agency. And so we have the opportunity to have a lot of firsts. And for us, that's critical as a law enforcement agency. So I'm proud of the fact that Becky is serving as the first female captain in the history of the San Ramon Police Department, which I think is something that's very special for us as an organization. And I can't think of anybody better to fill that role than Becky. So I'm so proud to be here and so happy to recognize her and her promotion to captain. To me, obviously, it's a critical role in guiding the agency forward. And I couldn't think of a better person to fill that position. So I want to make sure that we were here in public forum to recognize her on her promotion and congratulate her on her new role as a captain with the San Ramon Police Department.
Thank you, Becky. Congratulations. So where did you live when you were living in San Ramon?
Off of Oak Creek Drive between Tarrington and Devon. I grew up there.
Park
I love that
Station.
area.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you very
Well,
much.
you were aboard. Welcome.
Yeah. thank you.
Congratulations on your promotion.
Thank you, sir. I came here in 2015 and I have enjoyed every minute of it. I jumped in with both feet. I knew that would be the only way I'd be happy here. And I will continue to do that. I hate talking about myself, so I'm not going to do that. But I promise you, I will take on this role with everything that I have. And I'm really excited to work alongside our chief. Our visions very closely aligned. And I'm excited about that. Thank you.
The best part about being the first police captain is you can find the second.
Yes, sir.
Okay, no, thank you very much and congratulations on your promotion. Thank you, Denton.
I just want to compliment the chief and Becky. We have such a deep bench of qualified leaders. I know that the decision you made was probably challenging because you have a number of really qualified candidates, but you really picked a fabulous promotion here, and I want to congratulate you. But I look forward to who's the lieutenant that's going to fill the gap that Captain Chestnut just created. So I know you have a deep bench out there, and you look for opportunities. And I know the officers out there respect and admire the leadership of our PD. It's a great PD. Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay,
we
go ahead.
we often say promotions are, not only based on your demonstrated performance, and you have demonstrated that performance, you've done it all, as we just heard, and done it all well, and you have that experience. But it's also promotions are all about potential to serve at the next higher grade, and you've demonstrated that potential as well. So congratulations on stepping up to the rank of captain. Well deserved. Great selection, and you're right. We have such a great bench of officers and well-respected police department in our community. So thanks to all of you.
Thank
Congratulations.
you very much.
And, oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. Freya.
Marisol.
Okay. So I just wanted to say, thank you both. I mean, great choice, obviously, Chief Carlson. I mean, obviously your credentials speak for themselves. And certainly being the first female captain here in San Ramon is the icing on the cake, but also really going to provide a lot of mentorship for the young girls in our community who will look up to you and say, hey, we have a strong, intelligent woman leading us here. And it's really important to have those mentors to look up to. So we look forward to all the fabulous things you're going to do here. And thank you for coming on board.
Congratulations, Captain Chestnut. Congratulations to whole San Ramon Police Department as such,
Yes.
because this is we have first woman chief. That's a great news. And with all your credentials, I'm sure you'll be doing a great service to our community with your past experience. And also, as Chief Carlson mentioned that one of the best thing about San Ramon Police Department is about our culture, right? So that's the foundation that we have that laid out, and it is being continued as the best police department within the Bay Area. So I hope you'll continue that culture, build much more further strong foundation for our future police leadership, police department leadership, and a whole PDD as such. So thank you very much for your services, and looking forward for much further services from you. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any speaker cards? We're speaking of public comment.
Would you, this is item 6, would you like to accept?
Oh, we had that for public comment. You're right.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay, 7, 8, 9.
Okay, next item is 10.1. I hope I got that right. Am I jumping ahead too quick again?
No, that's good.
This is a San Ramon 40th anniversary celebration. Introduction and presentation by Kathy Hyman and Brad Morris. Is there fireworks?
It's going to be exciting. How's that? So good evening, Mayor Hudson, City Council. We are really pleased to be here this evening to fill you in on all the fun activities that we have planned for the 40th anniversary. Some of them already launched on the 1st of July, and we're going to be talking this evening about what we have planned through the end of this calendar year. So staff has focused all their efforts in planning on the first half of the year, July through December, since there's an awful lot of synergy when you talk about 40 years, 1983, 2023. So we've packed everything we can into these first 6 months, and we're excited to tell you about it. I do think it's worth mentioning that there was an awful lot going on in San Ramon in 1983. I know I'm preaching to the choir somewhat, but I just want to make sure everybody really realizes this, that, you know, a new city was born through incorporation. That's us. That's huge. That's exciting. But the Chamber of Commerce was formed that same year and is celebrating their 40th, as well as the Ed Foundation hosted their very first Run for Education, which was their biggest fundraiser to date and has gone on for all 40 years. At that point in San Ramon's history, it was a community of people with this giant vision for a future and energy to make it happen. I think when I've talked to some of those old timers, what I hear and what I've heard over and over again is that they envisioned a safe place to raise their families, a pristine and beautiful city filled, and this is key, filled with green parks, sports fields, great schools, a hospital, a theater, a community pool, thriving businesses, shops. That was the vision 40 years ago. And I think looking back now, they most certainly succeeded. So this year, as we celebrate, as we remember and honor the past, we celebrate and enjoy our present because we can celebrate all those successes. Let's continue to imagine and envision that future, because we'll be back here, right, in 40 years, and they'll be looking back at us at this moment. So right now, Brad Morris is taking the charge and leading the team through all of our 40th anniversary events and planning. He's got his finger on the button of everything. So he's going to run through a little PowerPoint, and then we'll both be here to answer any questions you might have.
Thank you very much, Kathy and Mayor Hudson and council members. Thank you very much for having me here this evening. I'm very excited to be able to go over all the things 40th anniversary, and we have a packed future ahead of us to celebrate the successes that we've had over the last 40 years. So with that, there we go. All right. So we kicked off our 40-year anniversary campaign with a social media push on July 1st. We launched it there to let everybody know we were celebrating our 40 years, as well as we had our website launched, where we're going to be driving everybody that website for 40th year anniversary celebration information. So everything that I talk about today should be on there. When they're looking for more information regarding the gala or the parades, it'll all be hosted on that website, which we hope will be one central location for everybody to get that information. We also have our historic exhibit out in City Hall. Hopefully you've had a chance to check that out. Very nice. We're also working on some 40th anniversary street banners. If you were at the concerts or the run, you saw our lawn signs, 40th anniversary lawn signs that we'll be having out at all of our events. If you noticed today and drove by our flagpole, we have up our 40th anniversary flag that we'll have up there. So really excited about that. Of course, we'll have 40th anniversary tables at our community events. We have the 40th anniversary on the marquee. We'll have our 40th anniversary email signatures and Zoom backgrounds. We'll have 40th history posts on social media throughout the 6 months we do this program, as well as the anniversary logo we've had on staff shirts. And of course, you can't have a celebration without city swag and giveaways. So we'll have a plethora of those throughout all of our events and moving forward.
Real quick on the history posts, you're gonna highlight some things that were part of San Ramon 40 years ago, those kinds of things,
Yeah,
population,
fun
parks, whatever,
facts,
fun facts
all that
about
kind of stuff. Yeah.
those kinds of things. Okay,
Yeah.
very good.
Yeah, and it has to do with, you'll see coming up here, a lot like what we did at the summer concerts, where we had trivia questions and that kind of thing. So it's really to educate and engage the community on that. Yeah, so in speaking of that, one of the first events we did to kick off the anniversary was the 4th of July concert and the 40th anniversary celebration. This was on the 4th of July, where we had the Boys of Summer Eagles tribute band. If you were out there, you saw the picture of this 40th anniversary frame where we had families taking photos. Really a good way to engage the community. We had our 40th anniversary button that we were handing out, as well as snickerdoodle candy or cookies. And then last but not least, like I mentioned, we had trivia questions that were 1983 driven. And the winner of that got a t-shirt that said, "Awesome since 1983." So it was kind of fun. And clearly the community really liked it, because now everybody's trying to figure out, we're going to do this at all the concerts, and they're all trying to figure out how to be selected to be part of the trivia question. So we're working on that. So that was really nice. Also that morning, we have our famous fitness races, the Run San Ramon. We kicked that off. We're also incorporating the Bah Humbug with this, where we recognize the 40th finisher for the 5K and 10K. As you can see, our 40th finisher there on the left-hand side. We also had the 40th anniversary logo on the sleeves of the shirts. And as Kathy mentioned, we collaborated with the San Ramon Valley Education Foundation as they are celebrating their 40th anniversary. We're doing discount pricing for those participants that are participating in our runs as well as their runs. We have a special giveaway for those participants that are participating in both events. And then, of course, we're sharing booth space at our races to help promote the 40th anniversary for both of our organizations, and that co-promotion of the events to reach a larger audience. So it's really been a great partnership for our runs and for both of the organizations. We have two really big events, I feel, kicking us off with this. And of course, one of them is the 40th anniversary gala. So that is scheduled to take place on Friday, August 25th in the evening. We're looking at ticket prices around $99. Tickets we're hoping will go on sale next week sometime. We're still finalizing some of the details. And this is going to be, 3 amazing venues, one great gala celebrating the 40 years of incorporation. So we're looking at doing like sips and stories here at the City Hall Rotunda to start us off. Then we'll walk down the corridor to the community center, where we'll have a formal dinner in the fountain room. And then, of course, you can't have a gala without some dancing and dessert, where we'll have that in the terrace room. And then we'll have a jazz band kind of in the fountain room that for those that are not wanting to rock out to that 80 music vibe. So it's really going to be a great evening. And then after that, we're looking forward to our 40th anniversary light parade, where we're going to have a birthday celebration. And so we're looking at doing this the evening of Saturday, November 4th. We're still working with Bishop Ranch on the date, but everything's looking good. It's going to be a birthday theme, of course, with all the lights. So we're really looking at welcoming everybody to participate in our parade, to come out to watch the Party of Lights at night and to celebrate our 40 years. So you'll see groups like walking groups, bands, dance groups, cars, floats, horses, and much more. This just kind of gives you an idea of how they're lit up. In the bottom left-hand corner, you can see Girl Scout troop that decided to decorate their float as the cookies that they sell. And then, of course, we'll probably have a tractor from the farm that's going to be lit up in all of its glory. So we're really looking forward to the parade of lights. Some other events that will be happening or to celebrate our 40th anniversary, and the celebration is we actually recognized the 40th swimmer for rec swim on July 1st. So little did they know, they came in for a rec swim, and next thing you know, we have confetti flying all over the place. They got a free entry. It was really fun. So that was great. We have crafts and games on the themes throughout our summer camp this summer. We have a 40th anniversary themed lunch that will be taking place at the senior center. Our employees barbecue will be 40th birthday themed. Our last concert of the summer concert series is on August 6th, and that will be Fast Times, a great movie if you haven't seen it, which is an 80s tribute band. We'll be having a costume contest and a moonwalking contest to bring us back to those 1983. We'll also be doing a dive-in movie Friday, August 4th, Top Gun Maverick. Although that's the newer movie, the original Top Gun, as we know, was supposed to set place in the 80s, which is a classic. And so that'll be fun at the pool. Culture in the community, of course, will be having 40th themed activities. We're hoping to get a presenting series show out of our presenting series that would be 80s themed. We had something in the works, and unfortunately that fell through at the last minute, but we're still pursuing that. And then, of course, the tree lighting event where we'll be doing a 40th anniversary ornament making, which we think will be fun. And last but not least, as Kathy mentioned, you can't go without saying, this is even going to be more special due to the fact that the partners that we can partner and celebrate our 40th anniversary. So as you mentioned, the Chamber of Commerce turned 40, and we're going to be working together. We partnered with the State of the City address where we had those delicious chocolate candy bars. We're also looking at partnering at the gala, and the Business and Community Awards dinner, as well as we're working with them on many other ways to partner and celebrate both of our 40ths out there. And then also the Run for Education. As mentioned, it's their 40th anniversary. So we did those discounts on participating in both the races, co-promoting the races, and then the giveaway for participants for both events. And then throughout that, part of our partners is looking at those corporate sponsors. So really going out, reaching out to our community and finding ways for them to get involved. And of course, they'll be getting involved in all these events, recruiting people to be part of it. Of course, the parade and the gala will be those big ones that they'll really want to get to participate in, and will be great. And so we are very excited with everything we have taking place, and we're looking forward to remembering the past, celebrating the present, and looking forward to the future.
Okay, very nice. Very good. Comments or questions to staff? I have one comment, if I can start it off. Thank you so much for not bringing back the genius idea of trying to redo the Primo to Primo run. It will shut down the city nowadays.
You're welcome.
I just want to say thank you for the presentation. Thank you for all the work you guys put into preparing all these events. I know it's a heavy lift, but definitely looking forward to it. We're going to have a busy, fun year. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Imagine how heavy it was way back when they were doing it. Back when it was the black and white ball.
That's
Trying to put all this together.
Really
Get your
exciting.
tuxedo dust off, boys.
Thanks for the presentation, and looking forward to participating in many of those events. Already participated in a few of those events and seen some of the swag on display. I got my
That's right.
button and other things. So, but should be a great year. It's started off great already, and looking forward to being a part of that.
Perfect.
Thanks for sharing the beautiful presentation. Looking forward for all these events, especially I'm excited about that light parade. I'm really looking forward for that. Hopefully there will be a nice band and all those beautiful colors that we get to see, especially November 4th, right? That's when
Who's in charge of no rain that day?
Yeah, we're gonna talk to Mother Nature and see what we can do. Work out a deal. We felt we got enough rain last year, so we should be good this year.
40th year anniversary umbrellas.
That's right.
Well, we're definitely going to work on the moonwalk for sure. All the council members.
I like that. I like that idea. That'd be great.
Let's get that.
No, vice
Thank you.
mayor. Okay,
Thank you.
Thank
thank
you.
you. Thank you. Do we have any comment cards on this? Speakers star nine, raised hands.
We have one hand raised.
Okay,
Call in user one.
you have the floor.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes,
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Morris, for the planning. It sounds great. I just have a little bit of concerns for the following areas. Number one, for the gala, it sounds like it's going to be somewhat semi-formal, formal. So I anticipate a lot of people will turn up, including people out of the city, to celebrate with us. You didn't mention if it's only for our residents only, or we're also inviting people from outside. I am assuming that, you know, we are going to welcome other people from outside to celebrate with us. In that case, parking is going to be a problem. Are you anticipating valet or, you know, things like that? And for those people who are maybe busy working or, you know, can't participate, would they be able to freely access this area without much problem? Furthermore, we're pushing for e-scooters, cyclists, and all that. Would they be able to participate also in that kind of, you know, transportation mode? If that's the case, where are you going to have people park their electrical scooters and cyclists or bicycles? And will we all be fighting for the same intersections, going crazy? So I just really would like a little bit more detailed, you know, insight to all these transportation logistics and traffic diversion, if any, when it gets closer, so that we will not be all tied up celebrating while everyone else is who do have to work, who do, you know, still have to keep moving, get all like nodded and can't be happy because they are affected. Thank you.
thank you. Do we have any other speakers?
There are no other speakers.
Okay, we'll close the item. Just say thank you. Keep on it. Sounds like a great idea and you're well on your way. Just no primo to primo run. Okay, what's our next item? Is council member comments and then city manager comments? Oh, good.
All righty. Have a few updates for you this evening. I'll try not to keep everybody long because we have a light agenda tonight and we're finishing here in record time, but I do have a few items. The PG&E testing facility on Al Costa is slated to start testing next week. Staff will be out there monitoring noise levels and
Good, thank you.
how things are going. I drove by today. There's about 10 of the silos there on site right now. So that is the extent of the visual impact to that site. Also, I wanted to note that the fiscal year 23-24 adopted budget is now posted online, and it was created using our new Gravity budget software. So you can check that out for a more user-friendly view of the budget. And we do have three events that I'd like to announce. One is that we have National Night Out coming up on August 1st. And if residents would like to participate, you need to apply online by July 25th. So that's on the PD's website to participate in National Night Out. And we also have the Citizens Planning Academy and also the Community Police Academy coming up. The Planning Academy, that deadline, I believe, is August 4th to apply. And to apply for the Community Police Academy, that is on August 1st. And I wanted to note that it looks like National Night Out is celebrating its 40th this year. So the 40th National Night Out, another 40th celebration that coincides with the city and the chamber. So very, very interesting things happened in 1983.
And you're turning 40.
No, you might need to add about 10 to that. So yeah, no, not, I wish I was turning 40.
Okay, we'll move on. Thank you.
Yep.
Council comments. Marisol, you get to start us off.
All right. Mine is really short. So basically July 4th, like our Vice Mayor Armstrong, we were at the Run San Ramon in the morning, gave out our medal to several participants who did, I mean, I think the fastest time was something like 14 minutes and 20 seconds
The
for a
10K.
5K, for the
Five?
5K. Yeah. Yeah. It was for the 5K. Yeah. That's still remarkably fast.
Okay.
Then later on in the day, we obviously went to celebrate the 4th of July city concert, which was a lot of fun. Also, we gave out some little medallions to our veterans who were out in the audience, and we had a music by our band that was playing for the Eagles music, which was awesome. Then on July 6th, we went to the mayor's conference, had a focused discussion on housing affordability and bond measures. And that's about it. Thank you.
You want to tell us about England?
No, I just got back from England, France, and Boy Scout camp. You guys, you either need to download or you need to pick up the agenda. So I think we have 15 guys from Troop 84 here, and nobody's at the troop meeting, I guess. We picked a good night because we're going to be out of here quick.
You want to do it or Sridhar?
No, I'll go.
Keep going.
I was actually at a SWAT meeting. SWAT is the Southwest Area Transportation Committee.
Thank you.
We had a fairly short agenda. Big item on the agenda was selecting me to be on the CCTA. CCTA is the Contra Costa Transportation Authority, and they're the ones that get the half-cent sales tax and then distribute it to programs and projects. Think of the fourth bore of the Caldecott Tunnel was one of the projects that was largely funded through CCTA and your half-cent sales tax. The other thing was we have received through OBAG 3, we've received a Street Smarts grant with matching funds, so we don't have to provide the matching funds. That will provide Street Smarts activities for the next 5 years. So that's a big deal. Then last night I went to the Library Foundation meeting. Big thing there. Let's see, it's the end of their fiscal year as well. They had a income of 52,000, expenses of 33,000 for a net of 18,500. And that, by the way, includes giving something on the order of almost $20,000 to the library for all kinds of adult, teen, and children's programs. So the Library Foundation is doing a lot of really great stuff, and their finances are quite healthy. Let's see, we had a big discussion on jazz programs coming up. And one of the things they're doing this year that they have not done in the past, they're going to have a jazz program for youth called Meet the Musician. And that'll be on Tuesdays in September on the 12th, 19th, and 26th. They will have an opportunity for youth to meet a renowned local jazz musician, ask them about what do they do and how do they do it and how did they get into jazz. And we're going to be in contact with the school musical programs for that. And they're going to work hard to see if they can increase their membership. They have 130 active members and over 500 former members, and try and encourage some of those former members to rejoin. But overall, the foundation is doing a great job, and their book sales are inside the library are doing quite well.
Thank you. Sridhar, and then Vice Mayor.
Yeah, so on June 30th, we had planning commission interviews. So along with council, we got our new planning commissioners appointed. And then on July 6th, again, attended the Contra Costa County Mayor's conference. It's very informational session, especially by Director of BHFA, Katie Hartley. She presented pretty good informative session for us. Just for your information, this is BAHFA is established by state legislator for Bay Area Housing Finance Authority. They are focused towards providing affordable housing within California or within Bay Area specifically. I'm really looking forward for their financing programs that they are planning to implement to get more affordable housing in Bay Area. As you know, there's a huge housing crisis going on, right? So hopefully within few months, we should be hearing from them on the allocations on finance for affordable housing for the different cities within the Bay Area. So that's pretty much for myself.
Okay, as mentioned, I was at the 4th of July events as well. Great run, great concert. I really enjoyed that. Also went to the concert this past Sunday night, the Rachel Steele and Road 88. And that was a great concert too. A little colder, not quite as many people, but yeah, definitely colder, but good concert nonetheless. And just want to kind of give a shout out for all those events to our Parks Department for all the hard work and the coordination that went into that, as well as Public Works and also our Police Department for all their support. Because it takes a whole team to pull those types of events off, and they all went off just wonderfully. On the 3rd of July, I had attended the Senior Advisory Committee meeting. Got an update on quarterly participation. These are events such as the lunch bunch trips and different presentations and fitness events and drop-in activities, meals, et cetera. They also talked about some of the items in the Encore newsletter and some of the membership benefits that have increased. If you're a member, one of our seniors, $35 a year, sign up. A lot of good benefits and a lot of good information on activities that come out in that newsletter as well. Also, they talked about some of the new services and fee schedule and kind of a dollar increase in some of the drop-in activities. Let's see, and you get a $1 discount for the van service. And by the way, the senior van service for Mondays has been reinstated now. So thank you for those who kind of had their hand in getting that back into the budget and providing that additional service to help our seniors kind of get to the senior center, socialize and participate in different activities. A lot of other Encore benefits. Let's see. And in August, they also announced that there'll be movie matinees over at the senior center, and those are free movies, by the way. So go out and enjoy those. And a couple other date things for seniors. On the 16th of August, the Senior Foundation's hosting another big bingo event. On the 17th of August, there's another morning mixer over at the senior centers for our seniors to get together and just talk with one another, socialize, learn about the different activities and be a part of that community. Let's see. Well, attended the Senior Foundation meeting on Monday, as well as the Open Space Advisory Committee meeting. At Open Space Advisory Committee meeting, we got an update, a very good update from East Bay Regional Park District on a lot of the different activities they've got with trails and some of the open space and kind of acquisitions or access to the open space. We got an update from from Lauren Barr in planning on the 2040 general plan update, specifically related to the open space and conservation element. And then also there was an update on that committee's participation in the Art and Wind Festival. And then finally, last night, I was at the town hall for Congressman DeSaulnier over here at our San Ramon Community Center. Got to introduce the congressman. It was a transportation focused evening, and a lot of good presentations by the congressman, as well as some good questions and answers that followed the presentation. So, and that's it. That's my report.
Thank you. And I would keep this brief too. Obviously, it's at the same mayor's conference meeting that everybody else is at. Kate Hartley gave a very good presentation on the Bay Area Housing Finance Authority. I will tell you that our Aspenwood project on the Dublin border would have scored very well. And she even mentioned that at the meeting. The problem is, you know, financing is not funding. You can have a great plan, people can qualify, but if you don't have the money, you're not going anywhere. And we don't have the money, so to get the money, they are gonna go after a huge bond measure. Probably early next year, usually the primary, so we'll see how that goes and what the wording is. The part that really caught everybody's attention, though, I think was an attorney got up, not speaking for Mark Tassania, but this has been a project of Mark Tassania's since before he was a congressman, even when he was in the Senate for the state. And that was to right a wrong for the workers at the Point Chicago catastrophe that were arrested and confined for mutiny. Probably should have been given an award, but the congressman wants us to back some resolution they're trying to put through Congress right now. And I told him to send the resolution to our city manager and you'll be getting a look at it. We're actually not going to sign anything unless you guys are on board with it. But I would like to help Mark quite a bit on this. Mark Tassania has been, even before he was Congress and state, he was with MTC, he was with ABEC, the Air District. He's gone through all these things, the steps, this CCTA that Scott's on now. I mean, he knows all these things we've been going through. He's been with us there every step of the way. Innovate 680 probably came up with about $400 million for that project. But if there's any way we can help him in this, I'd like to do it. But you're each going to have to decide for yourself and let the city manager know before I sign anything to send it out. It will have to have your blessing. And that's the last thing I'd like to say, but I really would like to do this. I think it's something that the county needs to get behind. Outside of that, are there any?
Excuse me, Mayor, for bringing the Port Chicago resolution, if I have 3 nodding heads, we can put that on a future agenda for consideration. So if I have 5 nodding heads. Thank you. Wanted to make sure I had clear council direction before putting that on the agenda.
I'm a nodding head too.
Yep.
Okay. That concludes my report. Do we have any comment cards or speaker cards wish to speak to this?
We do have one hand raised.
Okay.
Call in user 1.
You have the floor, Colin, user 1.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, I just want, I can't really hear you. Can you hear me? Are you sure?
Yes, we can.
Okay, but I can't really hear you all of a sudden. I'm not sure why.
No, it was my fault. I hit the button to turn it off after I said
Got
yes.
Okay, I want to make sure there's no technology difficulty. Okay, I want to comment on, it was a huge success at the planning interview. I want to thank Mayor Hudson for respecting the public so nicely that you make sure that the public comment was paid attention. Contrary to, the public was really happy to see City Council member Perkins to be back, but the first thing that he does is, yell at her and shut her down. And surely she didn't get to speak today for the Open Space Committee, which is really a shame. So anyways, I just want to say that it is really shameful that very soon our open space will turn into homeless tent grounds, and that of all the presentation that the East Bay Regional Parks presented yesterday, no infrastructure plans were even mentioned. So if anyone is traveling, they need to go to the bathroom. We don't know if they're going to build bathrooms and where the money is coming from. If I have to pay for it, currently I'm already paying a lot of GAD, fees to maintain those areas, and East Bay Regional Parks pay nothing. A lot of people pay nothing, but then they get to freely trash our open space. And everybody thinks it's all great. I'm not sure why you guys think that it is a good idea to perpetuate Woodstock in the midst of San Ramon when we are, like 60 years down the road and we're a lot more civilized and we have to live, like cavemen. There is absolutely no mentioning by the East Bay Parks Regional Parks regarding the security and safety, how people can get transported out of those areas should they get hurt. There's, gray areas of jurisdiction boundaries, and yet I don't really see you guys concerned about that. So it would be very interesting to see eventually, what it's going to, look like, especially for the immigrant population in our city in the Doherty Valley, because that's going to be most affected. So just, heads up, everyone who lives in Doherty Valley, if you ever see tent, oh, and by the way, they're not going to protect, animals.
Thank you.
There are
Okay,
no other speakers.
That concludes the public comment on this item. Unless somebody's going to jump out there to make a. Oh, we have item number 12 is public comment for anybody who did not speak at the first public comment. You have an opportunity to speak now on any item not on the agenda. Do we have any cards for that? Public comments open.
We do not have any speaker cards. However, we do have one hand raised from call-in user 1.
You have the floor. Call in user 1, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to say that I am so impressed that Chief Carlson is able to identify a female captain for us who, in my opinion, really, we don't even need to mention that she's a female because her qualification is so outstanding that she could be a male, for all I care. So I just want to thank Chief Carlson for your astute leadership, and thank you so much, Captain Chestnut, for working here. And despite that you have already moved out, but you continue to stay with us, I'm really grateful for that. And thank you for being such exceptional, wonderful candidate, despite that you are a female, which I really don't care, what gender, what sex you are, just as long as I know you can do the job. That's all I care. And so then thank you so much for being so exceptional. That's all.
Any other speakers?
There are no other speakers.
Public comment is closed. And once again, we said it a dozen times, we can't say enough. Thank you so much for the job both of you do here. Just a great police department. Okay,
Adjourn.
I don't think there's any objection, so I will adjourn this meeting till July 25th, 2023. Thank you all for coming this evening.